Hello. So I'm Ellie. I'm currently chilling out in hospital. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit bored. For people who don't know me, I have cystic fibrosis, which is a condition that primarily affects the lungs and digestive system. I'm normally really healthy, relatively speaking, and my lung function is usually within the average range. How I am right now is not so good for me. I'm normally admitted to hospital between every 6 and 10 months, which, believe it or not, is pretty good for CF. A lot of people with CF have to come in every 2 months or even every month for intravenous antibiotics to help clear the infections in their lungs. And so I have been doing pretty well, but at the moment I don't know what's wrong. My lung function has taken a big drop, and so I'm here in hospital waiting to find out what's brewing in my lungs. So I moved to London a month ago, started a new job, and this isn't how I thought I would be ending my first month. So I wanted to get a few things off my chest, so to speak. What I love the most, what I would like to make a career out of, is, in essence, experiencing other cultures and travelling. I know a lot of people would love to travel, and there's a little bit more to it than that, but what I enjoy is going to those places which are so different and so far removed from everyday life. Where I'm from, somewhere with English as a first language just doesn't cut it. Australia, America, nah, it's too easy. I don't know, try South Korea, Bosnia, Cuba, India, all incredible places. And what I enjoy is having to find my way and to assimilate into a place that is so different. I'm not the best person at becoming fluent in a language. I think my attention span is a little bit too short for that. But what I am good at is learning the cultural nuances, mannerisms, expressions, learning how to sound like I know and can understand more than I do, which ultimately allows you to connect with people quickly. And the best thing about it is speaking to someone who is from the other side of the world, thousands and thousands of miles away, and of course knowing and discovering the things that are different, but most of all discovering the things that you have in common, and that makes me more happy than anything else. Now, the problem is that a lot of people with CF would never have even considered making a career out of, fields such as current affairs, journalism, and things that which would involve travelling around the world. But like I said, I have been really well most of my life. I didn't have to come into hospital until 19, and so I grew up thinking that within reason anything was possible, and I didn't limit any of my ambitions. And it's only now in the last few years that I've had to question things, and that some of the opportunities are dwindling. So it's at times like this that I have to reassess. I have goals. Currently I would love to work in advertising. As I say, I started a new job a month ago in London. It's not in advertising, but it's a start. I think what appeals to me so much about advertising is I see it as the ultimate combination of business and creativity. I didn't want to work in advertising for a long time. I thought it was a morally corrupt industry. But really, every industry has good people and bad people, and you can only truly judge it from the inside, and that's not something I can currently do. I have always been fascinated by it, and obviously it's a field where there are a lot of opportunities. But I wonder, am I crazy for being that ambitious? Maybe I should just let go of some of the goals I have. But the thing is, I'm not going to lie. Although I was well when I was younger, I still knew that there was something that set me apart from a lot of people, and it gave me a very strong desire to prove myself. And that's something I still have just as strongly. I feel just as much now. And so what I try to remember when things seem a bit difficult is that if anything good can come out of having a condition like CF, then it's the fact that I have it, but not so badly that the kind of things I want to do become impossible. They just become very difficult. And so I remind myself that when I get to where I want to be, when I achieve my goals, it just means I will appreciate them all the more. I know it's very cliche, but I frequently tell myself that life is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and that as long as I get to where I want to be in the end, that's what counts. And that's my thought for the day, really. So thanks for listening.